Let's bring in CTV News political commentator Scott Reid. Scott, good to see you. Good morning.
Morning, Renee.
So what do you make of this flip-flop on the budget?
Well, you know, the Prime Minister had to go all the way to Rome to get religion on a federal budget. So, bada boom. Look, it's a bit messy, and it reminds us that this is a new government with a new Prime Minister. You know, the logic was unexplained last week. Why wouldn't you have a statement in the spring or a budget in the fall? And, you know, this is kind of a mulligan. Like, the Prime Minister sort of got a second shot at it, clearly decided that their approach and, most importantly, in some ways, their messaging last week was inadequate. And then they needed to explain what they were going to do, why they were going to do it, and why they weren't going to do certain things. So, you know, I think they landed in an okay place, but they shouldn't have needed 2 tries to get there. Last week did not instill a ton of confidence in the rookie finance minister. It was a strange outing for Mr. Champagne.
All right, so budget coming in the fall. What do you anticipate to come out of it?
Well, there's lots to do. I mean, the Prime Minister's point yesterday was one of the reasons we're not having a budget in the spring is that a number of enormous decisions are going to be taken in the next little while. So we know there's going to be a middle-class tax cut. That's going to happen over the course of the spring session. That's going to cost a lot of money. We know that there's a NATO summit coming up, and we are promised to make huge contributions to defense spending. So that's going to have a big impact on the fisc. We also know that the government says that it wants to conduct a very vigorous program review exercise. That means essentially cutting the growth of government. So that's going to mean no new hires. That's going, well, may not mean exactly no new hires, but it's going to be a major slowdown in new hires. It's going to mean a curtailing of a whole series of other programs and activities for the federal government. All of these things are massive budgetary decisions. So I'm going to be looking for those items in particular. What are they doing on tax cuts? What are they doing on defense? And will this program review, will this you know, budget cutting on the internal operations of government itself, will it yield real and large savings? So those are 3 items in particular to be keeping your eyes open come the fall.
Now, meantime, Parliament resumes next week. What do you think Carney's first week in the House of Commons will look like?
Well, it's going to be super interesting. I mean, there'll be questions on this, even though he's now promising budget in the fall. I think you'll see the opposition really targeting in on why are we not having a statement of accounts here in the spring. Obviously, it's been since December since we had any kind of update, and obviously there's been huge changes to the fisc then. I think you'll obviously continue to be pressured with respect to relations in the United States, and even though we're trying to normalize relations, there really isn't specific progress on any kind of negotiation framework. There's nothing to really give people a lot of hope when it comes to tariffs in the auto sector. So they're going to get pushed on all of those. Prime Minister has answers on all of those things. But, you know, again, this is the first time we will ever see Mark Carney in the role of Prime Minister, standing in the House of Commons, defending his government, taking questions, giving answers. And we've seen that he delivers answers a little different than past Prime Ministers. It isn't the canned syrup that we usually get. So how will that play in the House of Commons, which is a close, cloistered, partisan, and heated environment? He's not used to that sort of environment. It'll be very interesting to see how he manages himself.
All right. Thank you for your time, Scott. That is Scott Reid, CTV News political commentator.